While Charleston buried its dead in the week after the church massacre, one word surfaced over and over again: terror.
Not random, but as a means of control, a way to terrorize and oppress.
The shooting follows a long history of race-based violence in the southern U.S. by extremist groups like the Ku Klux Klan, which maintain active cells throughout the country and are linked to other attacks. Civil rights activist Mark Morial says the terror label is appropriate for Charleston.
When I think of terrorism, I think of violence in furtherance of a political ideology, violence in furtherance of deeply held beliefs that the victims are somehow inferior, substandard, a threat.
At the scene in Charleston, even non-activists invoke the term.
This is a serious act of terrorism on our nation, from somebody in our nation.
In the 20 years between the bombing of an Oklahoma City federal building by Timothy McVeigh, an American extremist, and the shootings in Charleston, also a domestic attack, the U.S. war on terror has focused on foreign threats. But since 2001, right-wing attackers, including white supremacists, have killed 48 people, nearly twice the number killed by those with jihadist motives, according to data from the New America Foundation. Former FBI agent Michael German.
Terrorism is always a politically loaded word. It's very important that there's consistency with that across the various ideologies, because otherwise it looks discriminatory, that violence by minorities is treated as more serious than violence against minorities.
Federal officials are investigating whether the Charleston shooting legally qualifies as terrorism.
Solicitor Wilson.
But the terror label won't mean a harsher sentence for Dylann Roof, if convicted. The 21-year-old already faces the death penalty. What's more, the president of the country's oldest civil rights organization, the NAACP, says while the shooting was a terrorist act, the gunman failed to terrorize the black community and the country.
If it was his purpose to in any way start a race war, he was successful in this respect. He started a war, a renewed war against racism. That's what he did.
Victoria Macchi, VOA News, Washington.